Hey everyone, welcome to DevRunner. My name is Paul. I'm an endurance runner and certified running coach, and this is episode number 15 of 245 at 52. In this series, I'm detailing my training as I work towards a 2-hour and 45-minute marathon attempt, which will take place on December 11th, 2021 at the Kiawah Island Marathon in South Carolina. This week, I am reviewing my training from November 15th through the 21st of 2021. This is sort of the penultimate week of the training cycle, folks. This is the most distance and the most speed that I'm trying to combine into one. All right, so let's get right into the details here. After my 18-mile slog on the previous Sunday, the 14th, I went out on Monday, the 15th, for a 7-mile easy run. It took me 1 hour, 3 minutes, and 15 seconds to get through that run. I was going slow, folks, because as you may recall, last week, Saturday was a 10K time trial, followed by immediately the next day on Sunday by an 18-mile long run. I was trying to push myself and, try to get some super compensation going from pushing myself as hard as possible. So Monday was a very easy, very slow run on some rolling terrain. And as I said, I took it slow. I averaged probably right under or right on 9-minute miles. Then on Tuesday, it was more of the same, but this time I went out for a 9-mile run, and that run took me 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 36 seconds on the same rolling terrain right around my house here. Not trying to prove anything, just trying to get the blood flow going to my legs again so that I could not just loosen up the tendons and the muscles, but deliver much needed oxygen to get the healing moving faster. Because, as always, folks, Wednesday was another big track day. It was Workout Wednesday, and it was a big monster workout, bigger than anything before in this training cycle. So I went out. There was 12 miles total on the day, and 6.25 of them, no, yes, I'm correct, 6.25 of them were on time, where I was actually running intervals, and it was some tough stuff. I'll go to the details right now. We'll cut away to the track cam, and you can see how I did. Here we go. All right, everyone, it's Wednesday, November 17th, 2021. I'm here at the track for another workout, and I'm starting to get worried, if I'm going to talk truthfully here. We're past the halfway point of November. We've still got Carolina blue skies up above, folks. We've got 74-degree weather with gusts of wind that are warm. I don't know what to think. I'm less than a month away. I'm 3.5 weeks away from race day, and it's summer. That's a nervous laugh if you've ever heard one. At any rate, folks, we will proceed with this somewhat of a monster workout. I'm going to today participate in 2 200-meter sort of warm-up sprints. Then it's going to be 2 400s, 2 800s, a 1600, followed by a 3200, and then we'll be laddering back down with 2 more 800s and 2 more 400s. So that is in total 6.25 miles. I just completed a 2 3/4 mile warm-up, and then I'll be finishing up at the end of the day with a 3-mile warm down. So it'll be a total of 12 miles on the day. We'll see how it goes, won't we? All right, so I'm going to head to the far side of the track and use that as my starting line for the 200s, and so that I can cross the finish line inside the camera's shot. Here we go, folks. Thanks for sticking with me. 121. Twenty-one. Twenty-eight. 25. 28. 29. 28. 31. 431. 601. 730. 858. 1027. 120. 120. 130. All right, so as you can see, adding those 200s at the beginning of my workout Wednesday really did a lot for me. It got that leg turnover going before I hit those 400s, and I managed to get some solid times there. But I think, as you can see, in the latter half of that workout, I hit some rather promising times for those 800s, running 2:39s. I was quite happy with that, I'll tell you what. And it was a good solid day. Despite being tired, I went out there and I got the job done, so I'm happy. All of that points towards the possibility of some good times at the marathon. I don't know if you've heard of Yasso 800s, but it is a track test that you can do. Mr. Bert Yasso came up with this, and the idea is whatever you run in an 800-meter interval, if you can do it consistently over several, that will predict your marathon time, or at least your capability to run a particular time in a marathon. The idea is that the number of minutes and seconds you run in an 800 consistently over several 800s correlates directly to the number of hours and minutes it will take you to run a marathon. So coming in with some 243s and some 239s leaves me, according to Mr. Bart Yasso, with some, a little bit of room to move in order to hit my 245 in some good weather. So with that said, folks, that's enough on Wednesday. Thursday, I hit my treadmill for 8 easy miles, took it very easy. Again, on those easy days, I'm not trying to prove anything to anybody. I'm just trying to get the healing maxed out. And that is because on Friday, November 19th, I went out for a 13.1 mile run with some, I wouldn't call it speed, but a little bit up tempo in the middle. Took the first few miles easy and then ran right in the high 6s, low 7s for the middle miles, and then slowed it down right at the end just to, give my legs a little bit of a break before I walked away for the day. Followed that up on Sunday with 9 miles easy on the roads again. That took me 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 50 seconds. Once again, right there in the 9-minute per mile range, just trying to get those dead legs healed up and ready for the massive 22-mile run on Sunday. And I'm happy to report that Saturday's easy run must have done the trick, along with some decent sleep, because I went out for that 22-miler on Sunday, and it was an out and back 11 miles with a slight net downhill, and then coming back was a slight net uphill. But despite that, I did run it as a progression run. Started out, with running, mid 7s, cranking it down by 10 seconds per mile every 2 miles until by mile 8, I was running 7 flats, and I brought that down into the high 6s and held that all the way until the end at mile 22. So a very good run. I think it shows that the strength is there, folks, even on fairly tired legs. I'm running some solid times, not marathon pace, which, again, for everybody who's not aware, I'm going to be attempting to run this marathon at 6:20 pace for all 26.2 miles in order to hit 2:45:59, which is, the bare minimum of what I need to deliver on what I've promised for the past 15 weeks now. But we'll see. Hopefully the weather at Kiawah will play nice, and I'll have a shot at that. If not, I will be pushing as hard as I can no matter what. That does it for my running this week, folks. The other things I want to talk about, as always, first of all, let's talk about diet, nutrition, and weight loss. Very good diet this week, I have to say. I stuck purely to the vegetables and the lean meats, and really did a good job of staying away from the sugar. And I'm happy to report I am now weighing in as of Sunday before the run at 142.4 pounds. So good news there. I think that's probably over a full pound that I lost since last week, or very close to there anyway. So good news there. Still a little ways to go. I don't like the idea that I have to lose more weight as I taper, but, gives me something to think about besides getting nervous for the race, hopefully. And with that said, I did get in all 7 of my core routines every morning, roll out of bed. And for anybody who's not familiar with this series, if you're looking for a core routine yourself, look below down there in the show notes. There is a link to my dedicated video on that subject. And the last thing I want to talk about is my free weights. I only got one free weight day in, and again, that was on Monday. I lifted. It wasn't the easiest thing to do. You know, I feel like I'm losing overall body strength. I think my legs are very strong. I didn't want to push them too hard, so but, you know, like when I'm doing things like curls and tricep curls and, you know, things like that, I'm definitely feeling the lack of regular 2 or 3 times a week like I used to be doing before this training cycle. And it's getting a little harder to lift those weights, but that's neither here nor there. I guess it all comes down to having a strong core and strong legs as a runner. So overall, I'm happy with where I am. We're headed into a 3-week taper. I'm going to cover all of that in a single video so that I don't have to cram too much in and worry about taping too much for YouTube before I start mentally preparing for race day. But I'll give you a quick rundown coming next week or later this week. Probably on race day I'll publish it so that you guys have got something to watch while I'm out there killing myself in Kiawah. With that said, folks, I thank you so much for your dedication and for all of your support, for all of your inspiration and motivation as I've been pushing myself the last 15 weeks. We will speak again, as I said, in a couple of days, but I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank you and, of course, encourage you to get healthy, stay strong, and keep pushing. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.